Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel, where I'm always breaking down the hot sports topics of the day. My name is Mike. I've looked at the Michael Bourn signing from the Indians' point of view and why I think it's a good move for the Tribe. Now onto it from a Mets point of view. The Mets were the other team that was very much involved in the Michael Bourn sweepstakes. They lose out on the game-changing center fielder to the Indians. He ends up signing a 4-year, $48 million deal with a 5th-year option. In the end, it looks like the Mets, with the question mark surrounding that protected first-round pick, didn't want to give up that first-round pick potentially for a guy like Michael Bourn. If they did not get assurances from Major League Baseball that that pick would be protected, rumors are they were told they wouldn't get an answer on that for a couple of weeks. So they didn't want to make the commitment to Bourn. With that being the case, and thus Michael Bourn didn't want to wait a couple weeks for a decision, and I can't blame him, and Bourn decides to take the deal from the Indians. If you believe these rumors, Bourne's first choice was the Mets if all things were equal, but this 2 or 3 week gap here, all things weren't equal, so he ends up with the Indians. From a Mets perspective now, though, this puts them in a situation where their outfield to start the season will be Lucas Duda, Kirk Nieuwenhuis, and Mike Baxter. Underwhelming to say the least. I don't know if Sandy Alderson and the boys in the Mets front office put all their eggs in one basket in Bourn, if they didn't think anyone else on the free agent market period as an outfielder was better than Nieuwenhuis, Baxter, or Duda, but nonetheless, 3 backup outfield talents at best, in my opinion, will be the starting outfield for the Mets this season. We saw Duda and Nieuwenhuis struggle last year at times. There was times they didn't look bad, but there was times they looked like minor leaguers. A guy like Baxter coming off an injury last year, just question marks to say the least regarding the Mets outfield. I think you're going to see another season this year where us as Met fans, we're going to be told to wait and told to be patient. And I think when the Mets are doing this, that they're sort of playing a risky game here. First, they're hoping that Duda, Nieuwenhuis, and Baxter, at least 1 or 2 of those guys, ends up being a solid Major League starter, which right now, based on what we've seen from these 3 guys, is a risk, to say the least. Also, again, getting back to you telling Met fans to be patient, that, we have the Travis d'Arnaud that we traded for. We have the Noah Syndergaard. We have the Zach Wheeler. We have the Matt Harvey, who's now going to start the season on the Major League club. We have these guys waiting in the wings, and you'll see, basically the fruits of the front office labor coming here in the next couple of years. That's putting a lot of pressure on these young guys, because you're going to get a Met fan base now that for the last 4 or 5 years, after the collapses in 2007 and 2008, after what will be 4 or 5 lean years, you're asking these young guys to come up now, and they have to have instant success. And that's why I'm not fully on board yet with these moves Alderson's making. In the back of my mind, I think I have to trust him because of his pedigree, because of the results he's got in other places. But again, to go into the season with an outfield of Mike Baxter, Kirk Nieuwenhuis, and Lucas Duda, I think is going to be tough for Met fans to swallow. And I don't blame them, because I feel the same exact way. Again, the Mets lose out on Bourn. Making the free agents they've signed this season. They've signed Brandon Lyon, okay, and they signed Sean Markham. I believe those are the only major league free agents that the New York Mets have signed this offseason, which is pathetic to say the least. Let me know what you guys think of the Mets missing out on Bourn. That first round pick is obviously an issue. How do you stand on that? I would have liked to see the Mets get Bourn just to get a quality major league outfielder on the roster. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's the state the Mets are truly in my opinion, at this point. Let me know what you guys think of this. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Guys, I'm going to be ramping up the baseball videos as we get into baseball season here. I'll always be heavy on the NFL. I'll be heavy on college basketball as March comes around here, but definitely doing some more Major League Baseball. So subscribe to my page here, and you get all my videos uploaded directly to your feed here on YouTube. Thanks again for listening, guys, and have a good night.